let us put our hands together for the new incoming president, Encik Hasnul Hamhirudin.
Thank you, Aruna. Very lovely opening speech that you have done there. Welcome to all members, distinguished guests, to our meeting number 137 with meeting theme, the purpose of fuel patients. I'm so excited today. It is beginning of new term, new chapter of Elite Toastmaster Clubs. I can see now we have list of guests attend and visited to our clubs. In my list, I have about 8 guests today. Can I guess tell your names and how did you find Elite Toastmaster and what brings you to our club today? Can I start with Gurmeet?
Okay, hi. My name is Gurmeet. How did I find out about Elite Toastmasters? Maybe Diana wants to answer that question. I've known Chen Chun for a long time and a few people like Diane and a few other people. So not new. So how did I find out about this meeting was from your Facebook page, and I actually messaged Suwan about the details. Why am I here? To learn from, or rather to learn and experience this meeting from a very good club. I always tell a lot of people, if you want honest evaluations, go to Elite Toastmasters. Yeah, so that's why I'm here. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you, Gurmeet, for your positive. You will have a good experience. Stay with us. And can we move to next? Can I have Mitish from Impact Toastmaster India? Okay, so it seems like he did not yet check into our meeting.
She's here. She's here.
Oh,
She's already opened up. Yeah.
Okay. Can I have Mitish? Can you introduce yourself and where you find our Elite Toastmaster Club and what brings you to our club today?
Am I audible?
Yes.
Hello there. I am Mitiksha from Impact.
Sorry, Mitishka, we can't really hear you. Maybe you want to just adjust your mic. Yeah.
Okay. Am I now?
Not very clear still. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we'll, yeah. Go to another guest first. Yeah.
Then we move to our next guest, Amir from Uni Razak Toastmaster. Amir, can you introduce about yourself and where you find and what's bring to our club today?
Hello everyone, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. Yeah. My name is Amir and I'm from Universal Toastmaster. So I found this meeting from your recent Instagram post, and then I start to DM your admin, and then yeah, that's the way I got here. Nice to see you. I hope this club energy is very, very awesome and intense. That's all.
All right, cool. Welcome, Amir. And let's move up to Mr. Locke from Kuantan Toastmaster Club.
Hi, good evening. I'm Locke here from Kuantan Toastmaster Club. So I'm here to experience on how your club conduct the meeting, so I can bring back 1 or 2 things that come back to improve my club meeting as well. So I learned about this Elite Toastmaster through the Facebook page.
Cool. Awesome. So cool. Thank you, Mr. Locke. Thank you for the introductions. And can we move to the next guest? Can we have a Juizing Pang?
Juicy is not yet in the meeting, I think. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So let's move to
We can move to John. There's John here.
Yeah, John. Thank you, Aruna.
There's John, another guest.
Okay, thank you,
Hello.
Aruna.
Yeah.
John.
Hi Aruna, hi Mr. Arsenal and everybody.
Hi.
Okay, I got to know this, what do you call the, what this Elite Toastmasters Club, as I was browsing the other day. So getting to know about more about the Toastmasters Club. And then there is when, I obtained the phone number and then I just randomly, text that person. So and then there is when he texts me to the WhatsApp about this so and so that you're having a meeting today at 7:30. Sorry, 8 o'clock. I had two phone numbers, two clubs actually. So I I messaged to WhatsApp to the other club also. I would like not to name that club, but that Toastmasters club supposed to be starting at about 7:30. But then they don't provide me the password and so on, so I couldn't. So and then fortunately I able to be what do you call that joining you guys today.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
Yeah,
So hopefully you will have a good experience throughout
Yes.
the whole our meeting tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, so then can we have next guest?
Padana?
Padana.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi all. Myself Peddana Karnate. So how I joined? Actually, I got reference from one of my colleague, and she referred to Chun Chi. So I
Chun.
contacted. Yeah, sorry. So he gave me the meeting ID to join this, and the actually I would like to interact with more people, and so that way I will know more content when we I have the interaction with others, and maybe internal meetings or something with it when I and personally or professionally, that will be more helpful for me. That is the intention. I would like to join here. Thanks.
Cool. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. And can we move to the next and last guest? Mitisha, can you introduce about
Hello.
yourself?
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Hello everyone. I am Diksha Khandelwal. Sorry for the inconvenience. Previously, I just did. I am from Indore Impact Toastmasters Club, and it is very nice that I am attending this meeting. I am basically a executive committee member of the club. So while I was scrolling my Instagram page of Impact Toastmasters Club, I came across Elite Toastmasters Club, and therein I found that there is going to be a meeting, and this meeting is going to be really special. So just in order to get a new perspective how different people think, how we can interact worldwide by sitting in just home, I thought of just joining the meeting. So it is very nice of you for letting me permit. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mitisha, for introducing yourself. Good. Now, because we are having meeting online, so we can have broad in terms of our perspective. And I believe our last guest, can I have one more guest to check whether Visa Yang is already checked in or not?
Yeah. Visal is in here. Yeah.
Okay, Visa,
He's
can
in the
you?
room.
Okay, Visa, can you introduce about yourself and what you bring up to our elite meeting club?
Yep. Good evening, everyone. Yes, you can call me Visa. I'm from Cambodia, and I know the clubs about my clubs in Cambodia as well, because I saw I searched in the Facebook page, and the purpose that I like to join the club that I to get experience, especially from overseas like Malaysia, Thailand. Yeah, today is the first time that I joined with the overseas club. Yeah, and I hope that I can learn from this meeting as well to improve the club in Cambodia as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Visang. So I totally agree with you. Toastmaster is platform for us to learn and broaden our perspective, especially now in the COVID. And just to check in, can we have one more guest to check Josine Pang, whether he's available or not before we proceed to the next?
Joe's
No, she couldn't make.
Julian, yeah, not in here.
All right, so no problem. All right, let's move on to the next stage. I'm not going to explain details about the clubs because today is special because we do have installation, and due to that, I'm not going to go detail about the club, and I save it at the last. Now, without further ado, I would like to pass the control to our toast ceremony. Vance, this is her first toast ceremony. Vance.
Hi, I'm here. Thank you, Hasno. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. I'm Vance. Today's topic is about purpose fuels passion. I believe everyone have passion in their life. Did you ever think of why are you born as a human instead of animal like cat or dog? Do you ever think of that kind of question? This is because we have purpose to born as a human. That's why we are here to help each other. That's our purpose. But the question is, what is passion? How purpose drives passion in the long way? Passion is full of emotion and motivation. All of this emotion and motivation can help you to walk in a long way and when you do something you love. Example, if you love cooking, that's your passion. Every day you might preparing lunch or dinner to your loved one or even your kids or your family. That's your purpose behind the passion. Without them, you have no emotion and motivation when you're preparing the lunch or dinner, right? Let's think another way around. One day when you're alone at home and your family, everyone is going out, and do you ever feel like you don't feel like cooking because that's no purpose of doing it? That's the reason of passion without the purpose. There's no motivation and emotion behind it. That's why purpose is so important for passion. In my conclusion, my advice is always remember your purpose in your mind and your passion in your heart. This helps you in a long journey to help you pursue your passion. Thank you. That's my speech.
Thank you, Vance. Thank you for the lovely toast ceremony. Now, I would like to pass the control to our beloved Toastmaster of the evening, Ashley Yo.
Thank you, Hasno. Hi, everyone. This is Ashley, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters members, and all our beloved guests. I'm happy to see and know that our guest today, right, is coming all over from different part of the world. Well, as Hasno mentioned just now, today's our meeting is a special one because we are having this Exco installation ceremony. So if you, to our members, if you notice our agenda today, there is some slight adjustment in it. But anyway, I'll go through with you the agenda later. But for the benefits to our guests, So I'll be sharing something about some background or history about Toastmaster for their better understanding, and also the structure of our Elite Toastmaster meeting. Well, to our members, do you remember which year actually Toastmaster Club emerged, the first one? And to our wild guests, to our guests, make a wild guess that in which year the Toastmaster Club actually started. Well, if your answer in your mind now, that is 1924, 1924, and you are right, congratulations. And this club, right, is actually founded by this gentleman called Dr. Ralph C. Smedley. Well, he actually, when before the 1924, the Toastmaster Club was actually started, he actually initiated with this speaker club with the intention to help his members to learn to speak and also to conduct meetings. But he has this passions in him that he wanted his members to learn to speak, to be a better version of themselves. Then he actually keep on promoting his concept. And when the first club was actually started in the year of 1924, a lot of people actually see the value of this Toastmaster Club could help them to a better of themselves. Now, do a calculation, a simple calculation from now year 2020 versus year 1924. That's almost 100 years. To be exact, it's 96 years in total. And now this club is becoming bigger and bigger. I mean, more countries is joining having more clubs of Toastmaster. From the first one club in 1924 up until today, we have like 16,800 all across 143 countries. And that's the thing that people see the value in Toastmasters Club. Well, today our meeting is this passions filled purpose. Have you ever thought of what is your passions in you that actually energize to your purpose? This is a very simple question, but yet it's a very difficult to answer. If you have got this answer, I would sincerely congratulate you, because I know you will be there one day. But to those who haven't got it, like what is the passion or what is your purpose in life, it doesn't matter. What is more important is surround yourself with the very the very good people that have the passion to grow and to learn and grow together. And Toastmaster Club is a right and good platform is for us to learn public speaking, learn leadership skills, and surround with us with all these good people. Well, relate back to our Elite Toastmaster Club, we have actually a tagline which is called "We Expect More." This is the tagline that hoping our members will go beyond our boundaries and keep on improving ourselves in each and every meeting. Well, actually started with this table topic sessions. These table topic sessions that I learned from my last sessions, the meeting, the table topic master, it is called a session that will shed off your fat by increasing your heart rate. And at the same time, it pushes you to the limits, because you need to structure your thought, your speech in 2 minutes time. Well, I think this is a skill that all we needed in our life, that because we just bump into a lot of surprises from strangers, from your management, from your bosses, that we just need to react fast and think fast and react fast. Well, that is the table topic session. But tonight, there will no table topic sessions, that we can't enjoy the surprise and shed off our fat sessions. But do come back in our next meeting, that we can ensure you that you can shed off your fats, because you are having your heart rate pumping faster. All right, this is table topic. And the next one, the second sessions, is called prepared speech sessions. Prepared speech is actually for our members. They will be enrolled into a pathway that will help them to research and then to deliver the speech. It is an assignment. So during the process, right, it actually helped them to improve their thinking skills, and how they structure the skills in structuring their speech and deliberate. But after this prepared speech sessions, of course, they would need to know what they needed to to improve on into their next speech. That's where it comes to our last part, which is called the evaluation sessions, that we have evaluators to give them constructive feedbacks, that hoping that they can, our speakers to improve in their next delivery. And at the same time, the evaluators can also learn how to give constructive feedbacks and also an encouraging feedbacks that helping to encourage our speakers to have deliver a better speech in the next sessions. So this is the 3 sessions of our the overall agenda. As mentioned just now, right, our table topic sessions will, we will not be in for this meeting. So it will, the last part for tonight, after the prepared speech, the evaluation, then will go into the EXCO installation ceremony. Well, in every meeting, we will have the technical team members to help us to ensure the meeting runs smoothly. And now I would like to introduce to you our role players for tonight. That we started off with the timer. I think Leonard tonight that he will be he will be late, and Yi will be she's kind enough to step up and become the timer tonight. Yi, would you share with us what is a role as a timer?
Thank you so much to Ashley for introducing me. As a timer, I will be helping the speaker practice expressing a thought within a specific time. My duty is to time all sessions, including prepared speeches, table topic, and speech evaluations during this meeting. I will be using the timing device, and at the end of the meeting, I will be report the duration of each speaker and each session when called. Back to you, Ms. TME.
Thank you, Yi. Thank you for the explanation. So basically, timer role is very important because she is the one, the timer is the role that to ensure each and every speaker's got a fair time frame to deliver in their delivery. And next we go to grammarian. Grammarian, can I invite Suwan to explain about this grammarian role?
Thank you, Ashley. As grammarian, I'm responsible for introducing the words of the day. And today's words is ignite, which means catch fire, cause to catch fires, arouse or inflame an emotion or situations. An example of using the words is a clear purpose will ignite your passion and turn that into actions that move you closer to your visions. The definitions and the usage of the word are found on the meeting agenda at the bottom of your agenda, and I will record those participants that properly use the word of the day. And furthermore, I will comment on the use of English language throughout the course of our meeting, including any outstanding use of English language. I'm also watching for 7 sins of grammar, which include the using of double negatives, double comparison, extra words, incorrect verb tense, confused adjective, adverbs, inappropriate pronouns use, and disagreement of subjects and verb. Back to you, Ashley.
Thank you, Suwan. Thank you for explaining the role as a grammarian. And now we have another role player with an R counter. May I invite Jingman to explain about the role?
Thank you, Madam Tiani. I'm your R counter. As R counter, I will be listening very carefully for the use of worker pause and crash words such as you know. I will also note when a speaker says I, or this mean. This is known as a double class. I will keep track of everyone and report at the end of the meeting on who best control their use of filler work. Thank you. Back to you, Madam TME.
Thank you, Jingman. Thank you for the explanation. So she'll be picking up all this, like the small, like the filler words, and help us to, sometimes it's unconsciously that we will have all these things that coming out. So she'll remind us. All right, now we'll go into the next sessions, which is our first sessions for today, which is called the prepared speech session. All right, now the prepared speech, right? The first speakers that I will be inviting is Roy. Roy, he will be doing his Pathway Project 3. Level 1 from the persuasive influence path, which is the researching and presenting speech title celebrating fear, Roy Yap. Now I would like to invite the evaluators who is Charlene to read out her assignment purpose, her speech purpose.
Toastmaster Roy, the purpose of this project is for you to learn or review basic research matters and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. So good luck to you and all the best. Back to you, Ashley.
All right, now let us invite Roy Yap, celebrating fear, Roy Yap.
Okay. May I have a reactions of thumbs up if any one of you have never feared of anything? Thank you. Does fear sounds scary or it make you feel uncomfortable? Yes, it does to me. Throughout my growing up, I have a lot of experience of fears of doing things. One of the fears that I ever have throughout my growing up is when it happens at my standard 4. And I very fear of going to the stage and giving a public speaking or giving a speech throughout a stage. This story in my standard 4 itself is my teacher. She requests me to participate in storytelling competitions. On the day of the competition, when I'm on the stage and facing 100 plus of people, all my hard work of memorize the story had just gone blank, just blank. The only feeling that I have at the time is only 3 things: scared, nervous, and fear. And at the end, when I'm on the stage, this one of my first record of the shortest speech I ever have, which is I only to speak about 3 sentences. Greeting and my name, the topic of the story, and I just end up with this thank you. From the day onwards, I have a fear of being in the stage to give a public speakings. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Throughout my research, fears is easily came from 2 parts, which is failure and also rejection. Failure is scary because as human evolve. When we are young time, we fear to be failed, especially when we are studying. When we study, we fail to actually fail any of subject when we are studying, because it might turn out that we might not get a good job in the future when we are adult. When we are in the job, we fear, if let's say you are in the front line, you fear to have rejection for your clients. You fear that you might fail to close a deal. And maybe throughout the old age, we may fear that we have no mate and we might end up die lonely at old age. However, none those are going to be true, but the biological fears remain in the automated part of our in our nervous system. According to Ray Mehta, he's an American engineer, author, musician, artist, and philanthropist. According on base of his research of there's 3 pillars for fears, which is he break down to 3 pillars. One is actually time, followed by attachment. Third is expectation. When we talk about time, we came to this mind, which is what if, which we are trying to start to project things is that what might happen in future. When we start to projecting what is going to be happen in future, we will have this attachment, which we are anticipating that any of the outcome. And from this process, we will move to the expectation whether whatever the outcome that we expecting it's going to be in our expectation or not. If let's say it's within our expectation, we will feel you will not have any surprise or joy. But what if that things turn against us? And with that, we might feel disappointment, angry, and sad. However, it does not mean that we should not have a desire on outcome or goal. But with these three pillars, it will allow us to open the door to our subconscious mind to fear, to trigger the fear. As if, what if things does not turn into against, or it goes against us? So based on Rafe, throughout his suggestion itself, if we able to break through or break down the three pillars of fear, it will allow us to go more moving forwards. And second of what trigger of fear is rejections. Who like rejections? Most of us, we all like to actually have a smooth path. We want to have a very successful, easy path with everyone saying a yes. But life doesn't go as smooth as we want. So one of the methods that I really lately has been practicing, which is a method that introduced by Jaja. Jaja is the owner of the rejections therapy. He delivered this method, which is the 100 days of rejections. This method is actually asking for a rejection on daily, which is a no, when we're asking for a question or request for some things. So in long term, that our body will get used to the experiencing of rejection. And in a long path, it will also shift into a fear. We will no longer shift into a fear stage when we are facing the probability of being rejected. And throughout his experiment, the funny thing that shared by Jajang itself is that he received more yes than no. Hence, if let's say we do not proceed, we do not forward, we do not ask, we do not request, we will know what is the outcome. As a conclusion, fear is something to stop us to moving forward or limiting ourselves. As Rafe mentioned, fear is built by three pillars: time, attachment, and expectation. If you can break down the three pillars, you will no longer easily fall to the fear. And with Jiajiang's suggestions itself is that, or to ignite, not to limiting ourselves and moving forwards easily, we may using the method which is celebrate fear by receiving a no daily, so that our body use of rejections. And before I end, I would like to share one quote by Nelson Mandela. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he will conquer the fear. Thank you.
Thank you, Roy. Thank you. You definitely have conquered your fear in public speaking. Yeah, and the feelings that you give me, you are a person who is hunger for growth. And I can see this, like your progress from the first, your first public speaking up until today. There's so much of change. Congratulations. All right, now we go into the second speaker, who is Ming Yan. Ming Yan will be delivering his Pathway Project 2, Level 1 from the Visionary Communication Path, Evaluation and Feedback, Speech 2. Speech title is Stay Where You Are. Now I would like to invite his evaluator, who is Taylor Yap, who will be sharing with us the speech purpose. Taylor?
Hi everyone, good evening.
Hi.
Hi Ming Yan. The purpose for your speech for this project is for the members to present a speech on any topics, to receive feedback and apply the feedback. to a second speech. So the purpose for this is also for the member to demonstrate that he has applied the feedback and received from the previous speech. So back to you, Ashley.
Thank you, Taylor. Now, we would like to invite Ming Yan. Stay where you are. Stay where you are, Ming Yan.
Stay where you are, Ashley. Don't come any closer. Oh gosh, I'm giving my second speech today. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay where you are. On 12 November 2019, I joined my first Elite meeting as a member. It was an excited evening. People with different backgrounds were making friends. We have lawyers like Renaissance and Leonard, frontline like Dr. Aruna, and financial advisors like Jingman. We are busy, and yet we promise to attend every meeting we could. It is always the elite family that gives us joy and laughter. However, I wasn't sure if the Toastmaster program would change me into a confident person in the first place. I was timid back then. I was afraid of expressing my own ideas. It was a usual morning as well. I was walking around my office seeking for something. Suddenly, I heard the word Toastmasters, as if the lightning had struck my brain at 100 million volts. Human then survives, but I did. My colleagues were discussing about the body language, the script, and the tonality. I felt curious. Why do we even need to bother about all these things since we are just speaking? I look at Washing, and so I decided to approach him for better understanding. He explained to me through his Toastmasters journey and his benefits. He even recommended me to join the meeting. At that moment, I could feel his excitement. But I was overly occupied by my job. I had to reject him. On 12 October 2019, finally, I was available to join my very first Toastmasters meeting as a guest. I was overwhelmed by excitement and anxiety. I quickly texted Washing for the meeting details. I Googled the meeting venue so that I wasn't late for the meeting. At 7:30 p.m. sharp, I arrived. I was having my dinner with them. The dinner was as welcoming as always. I enjoyed listening to their conversations. After the dinner, they brought me up to the Perdana room. Wow, I was shocked by all the Halloween costumes the moment I stepped in. They have spider head, they have horned head, except for the little pumpkin head that they usually wore on their head. I wondered who would have worn that because they couldn't see anything. I sat down and started reading the agenda. I didn't understand a single thing. I decided to go with the flow. Many people came up on stage to deliver their speeches. I didn't understand their speeches as well, to be honest to you. Well, all I could feel was the friendly and positive environment. After that day, I knew this is the place for me to be better self. In the past 7 months, I've learned many things. I've taken out most of the roles. Our past VPE, Mr. Hasnos, always gave me a role without any early notice to train my spontaneity. My first role was the timer. It was a total chaos. I had to be multitasking to time the speakers, to control the timing device, and to jot down the time taken. My eyes and my hands, they were not synchronized at all. Luckily, in Elite, we always have our back. Yi was the one guided me through, even though she was a GE that time. I couldn't be more thankful to my mentor KJ and also my fellow mentee family members Ashley, Wendy, Leonard, and Minwoo, who shared me their experiences. I also visited a few Toastmaster clubs to understand their cultures. They have different mentoring systems to guide their members and their guests. In conclusion, please stay where you are, my fellow Toastmasters, in this big family. We shall progress and we expect more. Back to you, Ashley.
Thank you, Minion. Well, before this meeting itself, right, he actually preempted me, hey, Ashley, I'm going to give you I'm going to have some surprise in this meeting. And what he said to me is just, you please react to my response. So that's why when he said the first, actually I didn't know that what he was saying, that when he just stay where you are, then I just responded accordingly. But Minion to me, right, I think of two things, S and S. One is sincere and the other one is surprise. So sincere is and in every the role that he play, in every speech that he deliver, he puts so much of sincerity in his speech and his role that he do a lot of preparations. And today is a surprise to me. And all the role that he did for the first time, he really delivered a lot of surprise to me that I really see his progress. Yes, Minion, let's progress together. All right, now we go into our third speaker, who is Vanessa Yap. She will be delivering her Pathway Project 3, Level 2 from the Persuasive Influence Path, Introductions to Toastmaster Mentoring, speech title, To Disclose or Not to Disclose, Vanessa Yap. Now I would like to invite her evaluator, who is Duncan Sen, to read out her speech purpose. Duncan.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster. Good evening, Ashley. The purpose of this project is for Vanessa to clearly define how Toastmasters envision mentoring. And the purpose of this speech is also for Vanessa to share some of the aspects of her previous experience as a protege. Back to you, Ashley.
Thank you, Duncan. Now let us invite Vanessa Yap, speech title, To Disclose or Not to Disclose. To disclose or not to disclose, Vanessa Yap.
Hi everyone, can you guys hear me? Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. My name is Vanessa. Most mentoring take place in a very relaxed setting. It could be while you're cycling or while you're golfing, driving, anywhere you are with your mentor or protege. But I wish that everyone don't see mentoring as all work. It often involves a joy of mutual sharing, because I figured mentoring happens more in the context of a relationship than a formal classroom. So fellow Toastmaster and guests, have you found the right match? Obviously, out in the world, people don't have the benefit of being assigned to a mentor, unlike Toastmaster, where you're actually being assigned a mentor, and I'm very glad to have Chen Jun as my mentor. So you have to do the heavy lifting of finding and actually asking someone yourself in order to find a mentor. So usually this means choosing from among a number of experienced professions. It could be your former boss or leaders at your current employments, or someone who has the job you hope to get someday. So all of these people could be good, but they also might not be. Not because they are untalented or unhelpful, but because they are not the best match for you. So asking someone to be your mentor is very nerve-wracking, I suppose. But you want to make sure that you are asking the right persons. So on the mentor sides of the equations, if you have achieved success and mastery in an area, you're probably getting like a lot of like coffee requests, you know, asking you to go for coffee or to ask for regular advice. So the more mentees you take on, the less help you can actually offer to them. So the key is to choose just a few people who you can invest in and provide a lot of value in it. So in order to nail this delicate chemistry required, so I have 4 questions for you guys, 2 for the mentors and also 2 for the mentees. So for the mentors, the first questions would be, can I clearly be helpful to this potential mentee? Have they actually reached out to you with clear reasons and intentions for what they would like me to help? Second questions would be, can this person be completely open and honest to you, tell you about his or her vulnerabilities and weaknesses? Or do they actually tend to be proactive about setting up time and providing enough agenda upfront to you? So for the mentees, the 2 questions that you can ask yourself is that, can this person, your potential mentor, give actionable advice to you? Have they told you something in the past that you've been able to apply right away in your present situations? The second questions would be, does this person, your potential mentor, seems present and focused on you? Because great mentorships require undivided attentions. So mentoring is a professional activity, a trusted relationship, and also a meaningful commitment. So there are 4 phases of mentoring which I've identified. The first one is identify. The second one is negotiate. The third one is facilitate, and the 4th is graduate. So the first one, identify. In finding a mentor, it is very important to establish the goal of the mentorships and the core of the competencies needed for the effectiveness of the in presence and also in the future positions. So as a mentee, you must have a clear understanding of your motivations of wanting to be mentored. So you can also choose a mentor based on the criteria. Let's say you are in IT departments, then you would probably have to find someone who has previous job experience in IT. Further, you should broaden your search for a mentor to include non-traditional fields, like let's say social media. This is like a new up and coming trending fields. So all these potential mentors can actually be found in a varieties of ways, which I have found in Toastmaster Elite. So very large institutions have formal mentoring programs. And another method is using mailing lists and online resources. So the second one is to negotiate. Some may call it a business phase. So the mentoring partners must agree on the goal and also the outcome that you want to achieve. So both of you have to actually sit down and decide on the ground rules and work out the details and logistic in order to develop a mentoring plan. So the third one would be to facilitate. So this facilitation phase make up the bulk of the mentoring relationships. i.e. the mentoring plan being implemented and the relationship with the mentor is developed. So as a mentee, you should actively listen and contribute to the conversations that you have with your mentor. At the same time, you don't be shy away from all these difficult or conversations with your mentor. So the fourth one would be to graduate. Okay, the fourth phase would be to graduate. So once the mentoring relationship has been established and fostered, it is very important for both of you to understand the parameters for when this mentoring relationship should change or it should end. So ending a mentoring relationships does not mean that it has failed. So it simply means that the initial goals when you establish these mentorships has been attained. That's why it ends. And it is time to graduate and move on. Okay, so in making sure that these mentorships work for you isn't easy, even though most of us believe that it would happen organically when we are in the right place at the right time. So the truth is we have to create these opportunities for ourselves. And once we do, we have to treasure these relationships as something rare and precious in your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you. Thank you very much. When I think of Vanessa, I think of these three abbreviations, which is FBI. F stands for fit, B stands for beauty, and I stand for intellectual. Okay, well, fit definitely everyone knows that she is a fitness coach, like coaching us during the MCO period to make us looks a bit fat, not fatter, fitter. Okay, and yeah, beauty, again, you can see from her outlook, she is a very pretty lady. And intellectual is because every time when she delivers her speech, right, she always is very clear in her points in each of the topic that she's delivering. And she doesn't come to a conclusion immediately, but she will leave us with some points to think and consider further before we ourselves would make that conclusion. So I really like her speech. Thank you very much, Vanessa. All right, now we come to our last speaker for tonight. It is Wasing. He will be delivering Pathway Project 1, Level 4 from the Leadership Development Path, Leading Your Team. Speech title, Cope Through a Storm. Now I would like to invite his evaluator, who is Joanna, to read out his speech purpose.
Thank you, Ashley. Okay, for Washing, your purpose statement for this speech of yours is that it's for the member to lead a small team to the completion of a project. And the purpose of this speech is for you to share some aspect of your experience leading a team. Over to you.
Thank you, Joanna. Now let us invite Wasing. Cope through a storm. Cope through a storm, Wasing.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashley. The fragrance of the rendang paste permeated the air. The aroma of the grilled bread and the sizzling sound of the patties dancing on the hot pan jolted me awake. As I stood there watching my patties cooked to perfection, I couldn't help but feel pride as I stared across and looked at my 3 sidekicks manning the burger store. I felt like the Fantastic Four. Everything was in place. I had the roles, the sequence, and the menu all planned out. What could possibly go wrong? Well, everything. On the 28th of July 2019, I did a noble thing. I signed myself up to open a burger store in a charity event organized by Nalanda to raise funds for the underprivileged children's education. As I flipped the rendang patties onto the bun, Scrawny John quickly assembled the mango salad. Next, bespectacled Annie wrapped and packed the burger. Then, bubbly Jesse passed the burger to our first customer. His face lit up as he sank his teeth into the gooey gourmet goodness. He nodded his head in agreement. I felt so happy. I smiled at my 3 sidekicks and I said, "Buck up, guys. I'm not gonna soften up. I'm gonna be tough. I'm not gonna let them get it over their heads." I was cooking up a storm. As the day went by, the crowd grew larger. And as I started cooking, something happened. As the crowd grew larger, Jesse went to take the orders. Two random burgers, please. Okay. And then silence. Beautiful day, isn't it? Only the crackling patties sound could be heard over the awkward silence. But it's okay. I thought Annie needed some time to warm up her crowd engagement, so I didn't say anything. But as the crowd grew, her enthusiasm withdrew. I let it be. I was cooking up a storm anyway. And then, as lunchtime grew closer, the crowd became larger. Just then, Jesse made a blunder. "What is wrong with you? I ordered a rendang burger and I waited for half an hour. Did you give me the wrong burger? I want a refund." Jessie started mixing up orders and caused a backlog. That was it. She was cooking up a storm in me. "Jessie, what are you doing?" I screamed. Then John mixed up the assembly of the burger and ruined the whole burger. "John, what are you doing?" I screamed. Only Annie could be trusted. Only Annie could. Let the wrappers fly into the wind. "Annie, what are you doing?" Useless. And then I lost it. I said the F word. "Why you fumblers?" Only I could be trusted. And then, as I flipped the chicken perfectly onto the warm grass, I screamed, "What am I doing?" It was hectic. And you know what happened next? Those minions laughed. Rolling on the floor kind of laugh. I was so angry. "Why you?" And then it dawned on me. What was I doing? We were here for a noble cause. And we were all here on voluntary basis. I was entrusted with the role of a leader. Yet I was turning into a monster. So I joined in. And the crowd looked at us as if we were lunatics. Then I told the crowd to disperse and come back 10 minutes later. Next, I looked at my sidekicks, my 3 sidekicks, and I said, "John, Annie, Jesse, I'm sorry. Let's start over again. I'm sorry about what I did." No worries, pal. I know you were under stress. But you know what? I like to be at the front. I don't like to assemble food. "Okay, John, sure." Yeah, actually, can I assemble the food? I really love food. People are on my thing. "Sure, Jesse? How about you, Annie? Well, I like origami, so what gives? Okay, Annie. All right, everyone. So now, can we do it? All right, let's start over again. And we have each other's back. Whatever happens, we cover each other. 1, 2, 3, go! And when the crowd returned, they went back with their burgers and a big smiley face. And eventually, we were able to sell out all 200 of our burgers 2 hours before the fair ended. We cooked up a storm. And I learned that it is easy to be critical and fault others. But a genuine leader is someone who will sit down, listen to the team, modify, because a successful event comes with a successful team. And on the 28th of July, we cook up a storm and we cook through the storm. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Washing. Thank you. When I see you, then I'll think of 3 things. First one, DID. Okay, D stands for dramatic. The second, I is imitation, imitating. So the dramatic and imitations, when I listen to your speech, right, I feel like I'm watching a drama, and I really love that, you know, the motions, your facial expressions that really attract me to listen to your whole speech, like to complete it. So I really enjoy your whole speech. And the third one that I wanted to say is the D, it stands for dream. You are a person that I feel that you are living to your dreams, like because you challenge yourself to go up to be a stand-up comedian. I think which not many people would dare to challenge themselves. And I would like to share to our guests here. Washing is also our winners of 2nd place in Division J International Speech Contest. Well, congratulations to you again. Well, now we have already completed our prepared speech sessions, and I would like to. Is our poll ready for our guests and members to choose their best speaker?
I can't seem to launch the poll.
Okay, can.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it launching now?
It's launching now. It's launching now.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
Everyone, please choose the best speakers in your heart for tonight. Okay. Diane, you will be you were able to see who will, for this poll is ready, is it?
No, I think it's Suwan who can see it this time, because mine says it's inactive. Yeah.
Yep, I'll be ending the pool now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. Now we'll be going into our intermission sessions. Can I check with our timer, Yi? Do we have 5 minutes time for this intermission? Yi?
You are muted.
According to the agenda, we actually have 1 minute.
Oh, okay. Now we will just go for one. Sorry,
we're gonna make it 2 minutes.
Okay, we'll make it 2.
You make it 3 lah, at least 3 lah, because
3 lah.
People to go and come back. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now my time is 9:04, so we'll come back in 9:07. See you later.
Thank you, Ashley. Well done.
Thank you.
Suwan, do you want to pass me the polling function, or that is something that?
It's okay, no problem. Just one click for me. No worry.
Okay, cool.
Okay, we got 3 minutes to order burger.
Rendang burger.
Rendang burger ni.
Order for me too,
Do you have a Pekanbaru guest, Pekanbaru Toastmaster?
Pekanbaru.
Yeah. Ashley, later maybe if you could just give a special mention to Kyle. He's actually in the, yeah, he came in at about 8 something just now. Yeah, just give a special mention, our area
I'll do it
director.
later. It's my turn already. Aruna will invite me.
Yeah, yeah.
She ready.
Oh, Lodi. Lodi, are you here? Hi, Lodi.
Sorry.
Not around.
Not around?
Pekan Baru is where?
Indonesia.
Pahang.
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Oh, not Pahang.
Pahang is Pekan. Just Pekan.
This one Pekanbaru.
Yeah. Last time, I know a company has got a factory there.
Hey Duncan, you take out your shirt and twirl in the air with your background got entertainment. Take your shirt and
That's cute, right?
Thank you. You should do the kawaii stance.
Fabulous.
I want to be able to see myself when I put in gallery view. Oh, that's Duncan.
Hey Duncan, you should wear the specs with the star, you know.
I don't have that. I'll get one.
You get the one. Then you wear a pink hat.
Every meeting, I'll choose a cute background. I'll choose a different.
So Yi and Jingman staying together, is it?
Yeah, we are getting married soon. We engaged already. In no
Wow.
time, we get married.
Then?
Hi everyone, it's 9:07. Time to restart the second half of the
9:07.
meeting and and take it away to our general evaluator KJ Lee. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Aruna. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is KJ and I'm the General Evaluator for tonight. And may I invite everyone to unmute your mic for just about 10 to 20 seconds. Come on, unmute your mic, Right.
Hello.
Elite Toastmasters Club, we
expect
more. Thank you. Mute yourself. Right. As my fellow teams, my fellow family members have mentioned just now that we expect more. And that is why, as the general evaluator, my role is to make sure that our clubs keep expecting more and more and more. And today I'm here to observe each and every role players to make sure that they have the little 10 to 20% of the increase, the improvement. And that is my role for tonight as the general evaluator. Thank you. Now, we will start our evaluation session now, and I would like to invite the first evaluator, which is Charlene, to evaluate Roy. Charlene, are you ready?
Toastmaster Roy, thank you for delivering such an inspiring speech to us. I love how you give a twist to your speech title. Instead of making fear as something scary, you make it as something worth worshipping. And what I love about your speech is your speech structure. I particularly like your opening. I like how you throw us questions. Ask us what is fear to us. When you ask us question, this is the starting point for you to connect to your audience. It's like a bridge to their heart and bridge to their mind. And after that, you inject some personal stories after your opening. After your stories, then you have your body. You tell us what is fear, the impact, and the 3 elements of fear. And then when you explain the 3 elements, you also have a certain explanations and points to make it more convincing to our audience. All your points are properly organized and outlined. When your points are properly outlined, it makes us as an audience to easily follow your speech and understand it well without getting lost. And of course, when conclusion-wise, you reinforce all the ideas that you have delivered previously and you make a conclusions so that we know the overall stories. And the second part that I love about your speech is your body posture. Okay, it can be seen when you make an effort to show us half your body. Instead of show us just your shoulder, you show us half your body, and you start out strong and start out confidently. Because when after Ashley introduced you out, we already can see that you are already there to deliver your speech. You're very confident, you're well prepared. This shows that you really make an effort to deliver this speech to impact, to wow us. And then I love when you move your body, you also use your hand gesture. When you use your hand gesture, it emphasize certain point of your speech. When you use this hand gesture, right, it further enhance the point. It makes it more impactful, and it makes it easy to implant in our audience minds. Perhaps things that you can improve is also your hand gesture, because I realized that your hand keep on moving. Sometimes keep on moving, right? It makes it very distracting. Try to move your hand or show your hand with purpose. Don't show it too much. Try to lessen down. And the second thing is your body movement within the camera. Okay, because this can be well seen in the second speaker, Ming Yan, how he moved from one point to another point when he delivered his speech to make the point more easy for us to differentiate. So overall, I love the speech structure. I love how confident your posture is. Perhaps if you can lessen down your hand gestures and also move around, it will make your speech more interesting, and it will ignite our interest more. And thanks for enlightening us for tonight. And now hand over back to Ashley. Hand over to G. KJ.
Thank you, Charlene. Now, Charlene, your evaluation it's good when you mentioned that how the speakers say, how the speaker follows the points, and you mentioned actually I captured 3 points of improvement, 3 strengths, which is follow points, body gestures, and hand gestures. And of course, you use a lot of very encouraging words such as start up strong, start up confidently. So those words, when as a speaker, they will remember it. As a speaker, I will feel that is something that will really encourage me. But one of the things that I would like to challenge Charlene on next time, whether you can do this, because from your strength to your point of improvement, there is only one transition word, which is perhaps. So you mentioned about the good things. Perhaps things that you can improve is da 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 da. You continue again. Now, one of the things that I would like to challenge is Charlene, try to, when you move between from strength to point of improvement, try to add in a little bit of humanity. Like, so those are your good points. Remember that and keep doing that. But the next, I'm going to share on how to improve on your next speech. So here are my points of improvement for you. I would like to challenge you to continue and on and on. Right? So that is my challenge to evaluator Charlene. Thank you for your speech. Thank you. Next, we have our second evaluator, which is Taylor. Taylor will be evaluating Ming Yan. Taylor, over to you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you, KJ. So, good evening, everyone, especially Ming Yan. Yeah, to you. Stay where you are, Ming Yan. It's a very good opening. It's very intelligently for you to place a question and grab our attention for your opening. I still memorable for your oh my gosh. That's very memorable part. So after that, you start over with a very smooth storyline. You bring back like how's the feeling, and you use a very good body gesture and hand gesture. Is lively. It's very lively. It's like the first time ever I see you move so much that I see you. And you're also using a very good usage of facial expression. And your speech is very well prepared. It goes very smoothly. And it's very logical transition, like from 7:30 sharp, you go for dinner, and as welcoming as always, then you go to banana room. It's very smooth and very logically smooth. After that, for your point of improvement, think of your vocal variety. Maybe you can use for some pauses to connect back to your audience, like offers. Pauses for us, like to get what you're trying to share to us, because I think posting some good pauses precisely were for us to maybe more focus on your speech. So I really like your sincerity throughout this speech, and I feel that passion and your fire in your body from this speech. And not to be honest to say, is by far the one of the best performance I see Ming Yan perform in our Elite Toastmaster Club. In conclusion, I really love that you bring back all the memories for me. Like for the very first time, I stepped into Elite Toastmaster as a guest, and how I joined Elite Toastmaster. And it's very original, and I really like Ming Yan, your speech. So back to you, Toastmaster KJ.
Thank you, Taylor. One of the ways that you to evaluate and make sure that the speakers know how you feel as an evaluator is to tell them on the experience that you have. Now, those are the things that Taylor have perfectly demonstrated on saying, yes, you, because of your speech, you reminds me on how I feel in my first Elite Toastmasters meeting. And that is beautifully done by Taylor. But one of the things that I would like to challenge Taylor is also, Taylor, if instead of just mentioning the points, try to give the example on how to do point of improvement, right? Instead of saying that, so you need to improve a little bit on your pauses. So perhaps you share an example. So this is how you do a pause. Then you demonstrate just one pause, one simple example for the speakers to have a better impression on how to remember the point of improvement that you share. Anyways, thank you very much. It's really good evaluation because recalling the speech is one thing that evaluators want to make the speaker feel how they feel, right? Thank you very much. Next, we have the third evaluator, which is Duncan. Duncan to evaluate Vanessa. Duncan, over to you.
Thank you very much, KJ. Vanessa, hi. Your speech to disclose or not to disclose, that was an excellent it's an excellent demonstration of your confidence. And why I say so is because when you were delivering your speech, it showed a lot in your physiology, which is the volume that you use. It was loud enough. It had lots of melody. It feels like I'm speaking to a friend. It was amazing. The eye contact that you had, even though I knew that you were darting towards the screen for some reason. And you also had a slight smile as well when you were delivering the speech. And all of that, it was a good external demonstration of confidence. But if you think about it, how do you have that confidence? And internally, there's just really two things. And the two things is internally, she had mastery over her topic, and she also had a mastery in preparation. So she has prepared a lot, as you can tell from her speech, and also mastery in the topic that she's talking about. So that's the first point that I absolutely love about the speech. And the second one, in terms of your content, the way Vanessa has always delivered her speeches through the lens of an intellectual. You can see that when she delivered her speech, it's always very knowledgeable. She has a lot of facts and research to back her up. What it does for Vanessa as a speaker is that it builds her credibility. And how that credibility is built is when she had conviction in her delivery. And this is where it ties back to the first point, which is the confidence in the physiology. So it ties hand in hand. So that was absolutely amazing. So that was the 2 points that you have always had. There was a very good job, especially with a friend archetype, which I've mentioned in your previous evaluations as well. So a recommendation that I would give for you, Vanessa, because since you mentioned about audience engagement and also relevancy, the first one is in audience engagement. So when we engage with the audience, a lot of times we ask questions, right? And when we ask questions, a lot of times we ask questions just to ask questions. So how we can improve on is having the difference between micro and macro questions. So what does that mean? Macro question is like when you asked, have you found your match when you were asking a mentor? it's difficult to connect to that in a more personal level for the audience. But if you were to put it into a micro level, is your mentor the right one for you? This is where people feel a lot more connected. They would think to themselves, is Chen Chun the right mentor for me? So this is how you're able to engage with your audience better. And the second one in terms of relevancy is, I find that if you want to elevate your speech, a great way to do that is include stories, because stories, they make you influential, they make the information that you're giving out more sticky. And to borrow the wisdom of John C. Maxwell, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. When you tell stories and you link the story back to your message, that's when people know that, oh, Vanessa understands me. Now, when I feel like Vanessa understands me, I will listen to the story better. And how you can do that to connect more is through your transition hook. So have you received a bad advice before? Then you go into your story, which is a disaster that you had, and you end it with the message of maybe finding a mentor that is in your best interest. So overall, that was a wonderful speech. I look forward to your next speech where you can incorporate better questions and also stories as well. And back to you, KJ.
Thank you, Duncan, for the evaluation. I was busy taking notes for your evaluation. All right, Duncan. Duncan is a very experienced speaker where you see that he's experienced speaker and experienced evaluator. Those words that you use are beautifully applied in your evaluation. And you also know how to ask questions. You know how to connect to audience, the speaker's points. You mentioned about ask question, you mentioned about stories, and you have great explanation towards that point, and also you have great example. So those are the things that you are able to help the speaker to have better understanding on what you are saying. Now, one of the things that I would like Duncan to closely monitor, because although yes, you have end in time, you're right in time, but I noticed that your conclusion is a little bit short. So this is the tips that here's a challenge that I would like Duncan to pick up, which is green is actually start from the first point of improvement. When you see green, that is 2 minutes. When it's yellow, is that you should be at your second point of improvement. And when it's end of yellow or towards red, it's when you use the word in conclusion, and then it turns red, and then you do your conclusion calmly in the 30 seconds. So this is one of the tips that I would like to give it to Duncan. All right. So next we have Joanna, which is our last evaluator to evaluate washing. Joanna, wow. All right, over to you, Joanna. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, KJ. Thank you. Now, thank you, Washing, for such an enjoyable speech. Okay, so basically here is what I have in terms of my analysis on your speech, right? Firstly, I would like to share with you E and I. Your first E is actually emotion. Your emotion play was excellent with your facial expression, and you pair it very well with vocal variety, because we can all sense that when you're angry, you have your angry face all scrunched up, your hands on your forehead, you show that you're very stressed up. And when you're happy, relieved, you show it all in your expression. The I part, your impersonation in full set. I absolutely love how you master the impersonation act with the full set. The accent, the voice, expressions all roll into one, which actually brings the story alive and actually enjoyable for us to actually follow through. Okay, now in terms of what you may want to improve on, I want you to work on these two other E's as well. The first E being emotion. While no doubt you are great with your expressions and emotions overall, igniting laughter all around, I could see all the group chats of all our audience, they're all laughing and agreeing with you, you're making them hungry and whatnot. But I also realized that when you were describing how angry you were, to the extent of saying the F word, you need to take it up a notch. So I'm actually teaching you how to be angrier. That will allow us to feel, or allow me to feel the kind of stress that you were going through at that point in time. And don't smile, because I also noticed at the end of when you mention a word, oh, then you actually ended up with a smile. So that can be rather confusing, because I don't really know how angry you were then. Were you angry to the point that you were happy, or what was it? Yeah, so it was rather confusing for me. The second E is actually expectations. In your speech objective, it was to share some aspect of your experience leading a team. And I find that it wasn't really mentioned at the start of your speech to ignite our curiosity as audience. And what was it that you will actually share and learn and want to share it with us when we go home? So it was only towards the end that I got to listen to what you actually learned from this whole experience, cooking through the storm, that you wanted to impart and share back with us. So in conclusion, I've shared that you have 2 E's, which is good. One E and I, which is good. Your emotion play was excellent. With your facial expression, you paired well with vocal variety. Your impersonation is also excellent. Please keep that up, because we could already see your tonality, your accent. We could already see the few character in just from one washing alone. So that's awesome. Keep that up. So the other 2 E's that I will want you to work on further is emotion, especially on the anger part, how angry you are, and also on expectation, so that you can actually manage your audience expectation from the very start. What are you giving us in terms of the little nuggets to bring home? So in that, I hope to see, looking forward to see your next speech and bringing us more laughter, all of us. Back to you, KJ. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanna. Now, Joanna, your evaluation it's very rushed. Okay. Now, see, in Joanna's evaluation, she's able to apply the acronyms. Perhaps acronyms is not maybe a word for a word, but she used alphabet to help the speaker to easier to understand, and also to help herself to structure her evaluation properly, so that she don't miss out, the speaker don't miss out. Both sides, it's a win-win situation. So Joanna, well done for that part. And your points are really on point, that I really like your 2 strengths and 2 point improvement. And of course, your whole structure is there. Now, just one of the things is I noticed that your evaluation is very rushed. Perhaps you want to slow it down and say it word by word clearly, have some pauses, at least let the speaker and the audience to have some time to absorb your message. So that is my only challenge to you. All right. And thank you very much, Joanna, for your evaluation. And thanks to all 4 evaluators tonight. Yeah, let's give a round of applause. And also reaction, guys, reaction. Thank you. Now it's Diane or Hasno. Do we have the polls?
It will be Suwan. Suwan will launch it.
All right. Suwan, can you launch the poll?
Yep, launch.
Okay. All right. Is everyone done with the vote?
Not yet, not yet.
Not yet. Oh, okay. I voted. Then a technical error.
And yeah, 72%.
Okay.
Vote, guy. Vote.
Give me a thumbs up if you haven't voted. Reaction if you haven't voted. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Most of us vote already. Oh wow, so many of us haven't voted. Okay.
Too hard. I don't see the pool.
I see it for a second time. Okay. Never mind. We will Swan, can you continue to do that? And I will start with our counter first. All right. So if you see the polls, you just do your votes. And we will proceed with the meeting. And yeah. Next we have Jingman to give us the R counter report. Jingman, do you have the report? All right, Jingman, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. GE. So here is my R counter report. Before I start the report, I want to give some tips to members. If you forget your point, don't nervous. The moment you start, just slow down and pause. Wherever you want to emphasize on the message, you can stop for a while. It's also helped the audience who lost concentrate back to you. So here is my R counter report. Aruna, no error. Hasno, no error. Vance, sorry about that because I too concentrate on your toes, so I forget to note down. Okay, so TME Ashley, fine, too well. Roy Siap, one soul.
Error.
Triple class, also sweet. Minion, perfect. Vanessa Yap, 7 4 soul. Double crush, render. Watching 1 KJ 2 double crush, you know. Sharin 1 Taylor Yap 1 N 4 double crush on your. Duncan double crush when you. Joanna Oi 1 okay. Arias perfect. So why we want to minus all this filler work is because the more you repeat the word, the filler word, it will increase your reputation of the speech. Thank you. It's all my counter report. Back to you, Mr. PE.
Thank you, Jingman. Jingman, I believe this is not your first time doing an R counter report. No wonder you are so professional. You know how to do the structure. You have an opening. Why is it important? And at the end, on saying why is it? No. Explain how to do it, how to avoid, and at the end, why is it important? Yeah. So that is a great structure on your, and then you give your report for your R counter report. Now, one of the things, because we expect more, because we are elite. So perhaps the next time, as you are an experienced R counter, try to get the previous R counter report, or try to get and compare previous meeting and this meeting and how our members improvement. So you can share like how many R's you have last meeting and how many R's you have this meeting. Okay, who did well, who did not, and share that with us because yeah, we expect more. All right, thank you, Jingman. Next, we have Suan. Suan, are you ready for the grammarian rule?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Suan, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So the word of the evening, ignite. Unfortunately, only Roy and Joanna and Charlie used the word of the evening. So perhaps everyone might, you can unmute yourself and repeat this word after me.
Ignite.
Ignite.
Ignite. All right, thank you. And move on to the misused words. Not much of a misused word, so please give yourself a big round of applause. The only misused word is unconscious. It should be unconscious. All right, please mute yourself. Yep, thank you. So move on to incorrect pronunciation. So I come up with this, the mispronounced word of the evening, okay, which is control. So perhaps everyone, so control is not control and it's on the second syllable that is on the stress. So it's control. So perhaps everybody can unmute yourself and repeat after me. Control.
Control.
Okay, who say control? Who say control? Okay. Okay, you can mute yourself. So the same as well, CON apply to conclusion, continue, connect, and this one constant. So if you realize that if the stress syllabus is on the first syllabus, most likely it will be okay, constant, okay? And there's a difference between content and content. So for the next one, same again, is confirm and confirmation. Yes, English is not a phonetic language. So what it look like, it doesn't sound like that. Okay, the next one is not completely, it's completely. And the second syllable is stress. And it's not commitment, it's commitment. And it's not communicate, it's communicate. And next one, humility is on the next level as well, humility. And it's not America is America. And present and present means different thing. It's an adjective and nouns. I'm present today to present a presentation. And develop, not develop. And lastly, error. So move on, the next one, poor sentence structure, not so much. Like for example, the first one, I very fear, I fear, and past tense. So you have to think about what you're gonna explain. If let's say it's a story or thing that already happened, make sure you use past tense. And singular and plurals as well. You have to think ahead what you're gonna say and make that into singular or plural. And usage of very and really. Some of you really like to use really, and very. So again, you can just use stress syllable. Like for example, if you want emphasis on something, you emphasis on the stress syllable. And go to the excellent words and phrase and sentence of the day. The first one, passion is emotion and motivation, purpose in your mind and passion in your heart. And the next one, the brave man is not the one who has no fear. He is the one that who trump over his fears. And third, to delegate this chemistry. Fourth, the fragrance of rendang, my fatty cooked to perfection. Kudos washing. She is cooking up the storm in me. I was entrusted as leader, but I act like a monster. Crowd look at me like a fanatic. It's easy to censor other, but as leader, we need to listen. Duncan, macro question versus micro question. And people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, by John Maxwell. And I conclude my grammarian report. Back to you, KJ. Thank you.
Thank you, Suwan, for the complete grammarian report. Now, not just I, but I believe the whole Elite family will feel that every time when Suwan step up for a role, there is always surprises. And today the surprise is the pronunciation of each word. He is able to Google and find out everything and show it to us as a presentation. So that is one of the things that Suwan has demonstrated, that we expect more. We always strive to be better and better and better. To be honest, based on your previous grammarian role, I don't know how to help you to expect more. But you yourself able to come up with a different idea and to share on the pronunciation words. And kudos to you, Suwan. Let's give him another round of applause. Thank you. Lastly, one of the times that we are quite on time, and I would like to pass the timer. Timer is Leonard or Yi? Should be Yi, right? All right,
Yeah,
Yi.
it's me.
Yi, can you give us the timekeeper report?
Of course.
Over to you.
Thank you so much to Mr. GE. Now I would like to share screen so that everyone can look at the report. Okay, can everyone see it? Okay, cool. So our meeting started on time at 8 p.m. Thanks to Aruna. He stopped us while we are chit-chatting. She just jumped straight and asked us to kickstart with the meeting. Minute use will be 1 minute 50 seconds, just nice. And then carry on, we have the president's address by Hasno. Time given will be 7 minutes, but because we have too much of guests and we want to make sure every guest will be able to introduce themselves, so we spent pretty much like 10 minutes 55 seconds, but it's still all right. And we have toast ceremony by Vance. Time given will be 5 minutes and she spends 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Probably she can add up a little bit about her own story and also to just propose the toasting and ask everyone to cheer so that we can have a more happening introduction or opening. And moving on, we have Toastmaster of the evening and introduction of role player by Ashley. Time given will be 10 minutes and she spent 11 minutes and 8 seconds. Probably she spent some time to introduce as we have outsider visitor today, guest today. Probably she can cut down the table topic part since we don't have the table topic. That can actually save her some time. And the duration of the intermissions will be 3 minutes and we spent 3 minutes. Again, thanks to Aruna for jump in straight away and ask us to kickstart the meeting, and she called meeting to order by in 8 seconds. And assignment speeches, we have Roy and Mingyan and Vanessa and Washing. Each of them are given 5 to 7 minutes. Roy spent 8 minutes and 3 seconds. Again, Roy might want to look into rehearsal your speech before so that you can take note on the time given. Mingyan, just nice 6 minutes 26 seconds. Vanessa, 7 minutes 50 seconds. Washings will be 7 minutes 41 seconds. So it is a bit over time as well. All right, so for our GE, take control, time given will be 1 minute. KJ spent 8 seconds. For Charlene, Taylor, Duncan, and Joanna, all of us evaluated today are given 3 minutes. All right, Charlene spent 3 minutes 23 seconds, just nice. Taylor spent 2 minutes 22 seconds. Probably she can include some of the point of improvement. Duncan spent 3 minutes 43 seconds. Noticing that you spent most of the time at the strength of the speaker, you probably want to consider to move your point of improvement earlier, which is the time suggested by KJ just now. For Joanna, time given to be 3 minutes and she spent 3 minutes on time, but probably can slow down a bit because we still have 30-second buffer, because I noticed that you already come to your conclusion when the green light is on, so it's pretty fast and you spend a lot of time on your conclusion. All right, so for our counter report by Jimin, time given is 3 minutes, she spent 1 minute 49 seconds. And for Yi, me, time given is 3 minutes and I spent 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Over to you, Mr. Ji.
Thank you, Timer Yi. Congratulations, you have upgraded yourself to be a better timer because of what we learned from our club members. That we expect more, we have to use PowerPoint slides, we have to show, and we need to give recommendation on what we should do to improve our timing, or we are doing well. And that is the culture that we have in Elite. Thank you, Yi, for demonstrating. Thank you. There is just one error that I'm able to capture, which is the general evaluator take control is 3 minutes, not 1 minute. Yeah, that is all. That is all. It's no big deal, don't worry. All right, thank you, Yi. All right, and this is a time where I will be giving my general evaluator feedback, which I got 3 minutes. Okay, based on the agenda, and I want to make sure that we are on time. All right, I'll start off with the meeting, a comment on the meeting. And today, Elite Toastmasters meeting, we started on time. Well done. I know this is tough for us. I know we don't usually do that. And that thanks to our SAA Aruna. All right, Aruna, thank you. Meeting starts on time, and we got spotlights on speaker, spotlight on timer, spotlight back here and there. Who did that? Who's the person who do the spotlight? Is it Hasnu or Suwan?
Diane, I think Diane.
Diane. Well done, Diane. Thank you very much, Diane. So those are the little things that help us to be a professional, to host a professional meeting. Throughout the whole meeting, there is no hiccups. I don't see any hiccups. All right. Perhaps there's just one thing that we can play, which is to play more with the reaction. All right. And I will share the reaction later. So I'll start off with the meeting already. Next is Toastmaster Aruna. Aruna, thank you for your SAA started. You started on time. You know what's the protocol. You know what to say. You did everything well. And you have enthusiastic pitch. You have exciting meeting. So that is what I'm able to remember from your SAA speech. It's really well, right? That also shows that you are very enthusiastic. There's just 1 point improvement. Please, we don't call Encik Hasnu and we don't call Madam Diane. We don't do that because in Toastmasters, there is no Mr. Mrs., there is no Miss, there is no Dato, Tan Sri, no. We are all Toastmasters. So Toastmaster Hasnu, right? Toastmaster Diane, right? That's the thing that only point of improvement that I'm able to capture from Aruna's side. Next, we have our President Hasnu. So Hasnu, as the first time being the president and share the president's speech as the president. So you share the theme of the meeting, you know what to say, and the guest introduction. So guest introduction is the part where we did really well. All right. Why do I use the word we and not just Hasnu? It's because it's a teamwork thing. You see, Hasnu, you know how to guide the guests on how to answer. Why are you here? How do you know us? You help the guests, not just throw the guests. Do you have any feedback for us? You guide them on how to answer. And also, you recall on what the guest has mentioned. But one of the things that I really like is having the club exco and of course the club, some seniors, to help the president to identify the guests. Okay, who else? Who else? Who else? Instead of just chilling behind, leaving everything for the president. And yeah, that shows teamwork, that we all work together. All right, give yourself a round of applause. Thank you. Also, Hasno, you are very flexible on stage. You know that you need to explain about Elite Toastmasters history, but you did not share that because you noticed that you are run behind on time, as we spend a lot of time on the guest feedback, which is something very important that we should be spending a lot of time. And that shows that you took control of the stage and you know how to apply. All right. Just some point improvement for Hasno. One is to include some motivation stories. When you share some sentence, share something, put something motivational for the club as the president when you start the meeting. All right. Next, we have Vance. Vance or Vance? Actually, I keep forgetting how to pronounce it.
Vance.
All right. Thank you. All right, Vance, for your toast, purposeful, passion is do what we love. Purposeful, passion. Okay. So you share about cooking. You gave example, and also purpose is in mind, passion is in heart. Thank you for Chen Chun to highlighting this. Now you share a wonderful stories, but as a toast, in a toast ceremony, remember to call for a toast. We toast for a reason. We toast for a story. Now after you have done it, say, ladies and gentlemen, let us toast to purpose, to passion, right? Don't forget that. Okay. But anyways, it's a great story, and I really like on how you highlight the purpose and passion part. Next is our TME, Ashley. Wow, Ashley, compared to the last time when you did your TME in Perdana Room, I still remember, right? You are much more calm and very stable on this role. Okay. You have your introduction of Toastmasters International is not just narrative, it's not just story, but instead you have why. Why Rusty Smedley did this because of this, why this because of this, why this because of this, and slowly link to the purpose of joining Toastmasters. And from the purpose of joining Toastmasters, slowly why? Because link to purpose and passion to our team. Wow, well done. Yeah, I noticed that. Okay. Also, great way to introduce what is the Toastmaster. Okay. And also, although we don't have a table topics, but you still explain what is the table topics because we have guests, which is something very important for a Toastmasters meeting. Okay. You also share a little bit on what is the pathways, and you recall speaker speech. Most importantly, it's very encouraging. When you recall speaker speech, you don't just share their story, you share in an encouraging way. All right. One of the things that I would like to challenge Ashley next time is to include some more interaction with the audience. Use some reaction. Do you like Vanessa's story? Think of the bring home message of what Vanessa has shared with us. So those are the things that you can share with the audience, play with some things like that. All right. And that is all for my part. And yes, I'm still on time. And Ashley, I would like to over to you to present the certificate. All right. Thank you, Ashley. Over
Thank
to you.
you, my Sifu. Thank you, KJ. Thank you for your wonderful, very sincere evaluation from our dear GE. Now we come to the certifications presentations. Who is the best speaker that you have voted just now? Okay. Who is the best speaker? Everyone, can you please unmute your mic, please, and have the roll so that I have some. I got the feedback from my my DE that I need to have the All right, the best speaker goes to Wase. Everyone, a big round of applause. Woohoo! Let's see the reactions like this. All right, congratulations, Wase.
Thank you.
Okay, now we go to our next best evaluator. Everyone, instead of the goes to Duncan. Congratulations, Duncan. I can't see you. Okay. Okay, congratulations, Watson, and also Duncan. You deserve it. It's really good. And also as well and our evaluation ceremony. Can I invite some of our guests here to give some feedback to us that how we could actually improve our meetings? Or I mean, you want to say some good words or some point of improvement? Can I invite some guests to share your feedback? Any volunteers at this point of time? Because I only have 10 minutes. Okay, can I invite guest John? John, are you here?
Hi. Hello.
Could you share us some feedback?
Oh, yeah, I would say that, yeah, I mean, I would say that, I mean, it's really like encouraging, and then it is like kind of motivating, and then it is like instilling the viewers to what do you call that, to be like, you know, best speaker in the next session or what. So I would say like, I mean, yeah, it's a nice thing. It's a nice platform as in the club known as a Toastmasters. And then everybody shared their view as according to their topic, which has been given or they choose themselves. Then I'm really enlightened of this session as the first timer in this Toastmasters Club. So that's all. I mean, good luck to you guys, and also I'm hoping for the next session also as well. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, John. We really like that. I mean, I'm happy that you enjoyed our meeting, and I hope that we can see you in the next meeting. Thanks, John.
Yeah.
And could we have our next guest? Perhaps we can invite Gurmit to share with us about your feedback.
Oh, thanks. I love the meeting. I think the energy was there. I especially love the feedback as well that was given for all the speakers. And must I say, right, Washing, your speech was so attractive, right? Especially when you're explaining about the burger. I actually bought a Ramly burger, and I turned off my video just now to just eat the burger. So thank you for making me hungry. Overall, really quality speakers, really quality evaluations. I enjoyed myself. It's been a while since I've been to Elite. I think the last time was maybe 2 years ago or 1 year ago. It's been a while, so glad to be back. Yeah, I enjoyed myself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Gurmit, and happy to know that you enjoyed the speech and at the same time that you eat your burger. All right, thank you, Gurmit. And now, Faisal that noted that your phone battery is low. Okay, can we invite Lok from Kuantan?
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, thanks for hosting me as well. I like the atmosphere, the energetic atmosphere of Elite Clubs, as well as I think Ashley, the TME did quite a good job. As if like you are giving evaluation on all the speaker after their speech. And I like the timer as well because she's able to point out what is the area improvement for the time for each speaker or each section, the area improvement, and how well for them to improve their time management. And last, I could like to say good job to KJ. I really like your evaluation on all the section and super observant and super detailed. Thanks. Hope to join Elite Master again.
Okay, we always welcome you to join us as a member as well. All right, thank you, Lop. Well, now it's the time that we need to go into our expo installation ceremony. Because now July is a new term, but at the same time, we also wanted to thank our ex-team, who are our ex-president Joanna, then Hasnu, our VPE, Suwa, VPPR, Jingman, secretary, Taylor, treasurer, then Yi, SAA, Wasing, VPM. Thank you for all your dedication as our servant leaders. And now I would like to pass the floor to Carl Young, our W3 area director, to conduct the expo installation ceremony. Over to you. Carl.
Guys, just a note to the guests out here, because this is a formal, this is just part of our club. you're more than welcome to stay and watch the ceremony. However, if you do find that it's running a little bit late for yourselves, more than welcome as well to join us at the next meeting instead. So I think for Perdana and Locke, if you guys would, if you were more than welcome to stay, but if you need to go as well, completely understand as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Diane, should we take the group photo first before?
Yeah, that would be great. Some of them have left. Yeah. If everyone could just turn on their video and I can get a picture going. Just give me a second.
Great.
Okay. Thank you, Diana, for the note. Diane.
Yeah. Locke, do you want to turn on your video as well so we can get you in the picture? And Suwan, can you stop sharing your sound? Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Okay, everyone, just look at the camera. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me just do. Okay. All right, let's just take one more just for an extra purpose. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me just. And all right, all good. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the time. Yeah. Yeah, and moving on to Kyle. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you especially to Diane for informing our guests. So here comes the ceremony, not just any ceremony, the installation ceremony of Elite Toastmasters Club for the term 2020 and 2021. Before we begin with the officer installation ceremony, I'd like to request all participants but the timer to turn off your video and remember to mute yourself. So please turn off your video and mute yourself. Okay, am I sharing the right screen? Screen number 2, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, it is an honor and privilege for me as the area director to install the new officers of Elite Toastmasters Club. Before we begin with the installation ceremony, it is my duty to discharge the outgoing club officers first. First, allow me to invite the outgoing president, Joanna Ooi, to deliver a short outgoing speech. So, President Joanna Ooi, could you kindly enable your video and share a word or two?
Hello, everyone. I'm quite surprised that we have another outgoing speech again after I've done many outgoing speech as well. But anyway, thank you. I would here like to say a very big thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I know I've worked with a very good and capable team throughout my term, and which is why to me it's very importantly how we see all our members grow. And today I can see that from the response of guests, from the many other guests that actually join us to see what is our club is about and whatnot. That's the type of result that we want to achieve, so that even from the likes of every different role that all our members play, you can see each of their growth. And from these growth is where comes the bigger results, which is all our DCP goals, which we have 16 out of 10, which is actually quite absurd, but we done it anyway. So yes, to Elite, we always expect more. So back to you guys. And I'm sure you guys will have a very good term up ahead as well. Back over to you, Carl. Thank you.
Thank you very much, President Joanna. Now, I shall proceed with the discharge of current officers. Again, ladies and gentlemen, please withhold your applause until the discharge ceremony is completed. I will now call upon the remaining outgoing club officers to turn on your video, unmute yourself, and then say, "Here, here," and be recognized. First, President Joanna Oi, competent communicator.
Here.
Vice President Education, Hasnul Hirudin, IP2. Ngao Wa Singh, Vice President of Membership, LD2.
I'm here.
Vice President Public Relations, Suan Bonma, IP1.
Here.
Secretary, Teng Jing Mun.
Here.
Treasurer, Taylor Yap. Taylor Yap. Okay, I will proceed next to Sergeant at Arms, Yong Yi Yi.
Here.
All right. So most of the outgoing excos are here. I thank you all for the effort you have put in for this term. As of June 30th, you are discharged from all further duties and responsibilities as club officers of Elite Toastmasters Club. Please join me in giving them a big round of applause for the team 2019-2020. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, all outgoing club officers, you may now turn off your video. With that done, let us proceed with the installation ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please withhold your applause until the ceremony is completed. I would like to invite the incoming club officers to turn on your video, unmute, and say, "Here, here!" Starting with Sergeant at Arms, Ashley Yo.
Here.
Yeah. Next, Treasurer, Duncan Sen.
Here.
Next, Secretary, Tan Meng Yen. Next, Vice President Public Relations, Yong Yi Yi.
Here.
Vice President Membership, Suan Bonma, IP1.
Here.
Vice President Education, Teng Jing Mun.
Here.
And finally, the President for this new term, Hasnul Hirudin, IP2.
Here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to install the club officers of Elite Toastmasters Club and to prepare them for the challenge that lie ahead. Their collective challenge is to make this club strong, dedicated to helping people from all walks of life, speak in an effective manner, listen with sensitivity, and think creatively. I will call out each officer as I briefly outline the challenges they will meet and what is expected of them in their respective roles. Club officers, reply, "Yes, I will," to accept your respective duties. Let us begin with the Sergeant at Arms, Ashley Yo. Ashley Yo, as a symbol of your leadership in this club, you symbolically hold the virtual gavel and raise your right hand now. As Sergeant at Arms, you are responsible for club property management, meeting room preparation, and hospitality. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Nice. Following the Sergeant at Arms is the Treasurer, Duncan Sen. Duncan Sen, as a symbol of your leadership in this club, you symbolically hold the virtual gavel and raise your right hand. As a treasurer of this club, you are responsible for club financial policies, procedures, and controls. You will receive and disperse, with the approval of this club, all club funds Pay to Toastmasters International all financial obligations of this club as they come due. And keep an accurate account for all transactions. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Good. Coming up is the secretary, Tan Ming Yan. As a symbol of your leadership in this club, you symbolically hold the virtual gavel and raise your right hand. As secretary of this club, you are responsible for club records and correspondence. It is your responsibility to maintain a current set of records of all meetings and activities. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Next. Thank you. Next. Vice President Public Relations, Yong Yi Yi. Yong Yi Yi, as a symbol of your leadership in this club, you symbolically hold the virtual gavel and raise your right hand. As Vice President Public Relations, you are responsible for developing and directing a publicity program that involves and informs individual members and the general public about Toastmasters International. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you. Vice President Membership, Suan Bonma. Suan Bonma, as a symbol of your leadership in this club, you symbolically hold the virtual gavel and raise your right hand. As Vice President Membership, you are responsible for planning, organizing, and directing a program that ensures individual member retention and growth in club. You are also to participate meetings held at the area council. Will you perform these tasks to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Vice President Education, Teng Jing Mun. Teng Jing Mun, as a symbol of your leadership in this club, you symbolically hold the virtual gavel and raise your right hand. As Vice President Education, you are responsible for planning, organizing, and directing a club program that meets the educational needs of the individual members. You are also to participate meetings held at the area council and are required to attend district committee meetings held twice per term. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Last but not least, President Hasnul Hirudin. Hasnul Hirudin, having been elected the president of Elite Toastmasters Club, you are its chief executive officer and are expected to preside at all club meetings and at all regular and special meetings for your executive committee. It is your challenge to see that this club enables its members to achieve their educational goals. It is also your challenge to see that your club helps the area, division, district, and Toastmasters International to meet their goals. Please accept the virtual gavel as a symbol of your leadership and dedication to this office. This virtual gavel is a symbol of the power and authority given to you by the membership of this club. Use it wisely and with restraint. A team is more than a collection of people. It's an emotional force rooted in the feelings, thoughts, and actions of all members with the common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. Work with your team members to create a healthy, dynamic club, a club which everyone is proud of. Will you, as president, accept this challenge and perform your duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Good. Now that we have all the excos giving their vow, we will now move on to the transition. Will the immediate past president, Joanna Ooi, please turn on your video and unmute yourself to join the president. Joanna? Okay. Joanna Ooi, as immediate past president of Elite Toastmasters Club, will you symbolically offer the president's pin to Hasnul Hirudin as a symbol of his dedication and service?
Yes, I do. And I will.
All right. I shall now place the pin symbolically onto Hasnul.
Thank you, Carl.
Thank you. Hasnul Hirudin, as president of Elite Toastmasters Club, will you offer the past president's pin to Joanna Oy for her ongoing guidance and dedication to the club?
Yes, I do.
With that, I shall put it onto the past president's picture, the pin. Thank you all. And last but not least, may I invite all members of Elite Toastmasters Club to turn on your video now and unmute yourself. Thank you. The growth and development of the Toastmasters program in Elite Toastmasters Club depends largely upon the actions of this group. On your honor as men and women of the Toastmasters organization, do you individually and collectively stand by this club, live with it, and work with it throughout the coming year? Members, will you honor this pledge?
Yes, we
Yes.
will.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present the club officers of Elite Toastmasters Club term 2020-2021 to you. With that, the installation ceremony is over. I thank all of you for participating, and I will now pass the stage to the president for his closing remark.
Thank you, Kyle, for executing the new ESCO installations. I am truly honored to be elected as the president of Elite Toastmasters Club for this term. And with the support of new ESCO lineup and fellow club members, I will do my best to maintain the legacy of such a highly respected club. The foundation built by our immediate past president, Joanna, and we support with our elders like Chen Chun, Diane, and KJ, together with the current members, is what makes our Elite Toastmasters Club is one of the best and will continue to be one of the best Toastmasters Club. In jungle, we need a compass. When we are in city area, we need to use Waze or Google Maps. What about in communication and leadership development? We need a platform, program, mentor to guide and share the experience. Therefore, we all arrive to the destination safely. That is Elite Toastmasters Club offering. Fellow family members, the success and asset to the club are members. We aim to provide our members with a friendly and safe environment. Therefore, we can grow together to become better communicators and leaders in our professional and personal life. We are here to support each other by taking up roles and giving constructive feedback, as well as mentors, guiders, leaders with or without any official titles. This is a service by Elite Toastmaster Club, by members, for the members, and beyond. Fellow family members, my challenge to myself and all new ESCO line, let us working together like a swarm of bees, because the success of our club when we execute our responsible and continuously support members' personal and professional growth, because they are asset to the club. I'm looking forward to another years of excellent towards maintaining the club president distinguished club for four consecutive years. And my challenge to members, be positive and continuously grow to become better communicators and leaders. Share your experience with others and spread a good word about Elite to others. Invite them to our club meeting and let them embrace our Elite experience. Hashtag we expect more. Lastly, let us all work together and build us all up together. That is my president closing. So before we end of our meeting, can I know whether we have any guests available? Because just now, Ashley did touching on give the feedback from Gumit and John.
I think it was the one that we missed out was Padana. Is it Padana? Sorry, I got
Padana,
his name wrong.
yes.
Padana. We missed him, and then he left, so he didn't get a chance to actually provide some feedback. Yeah.
Okay, so I believe we don't have any guests left, and what we have is only Kyle. So I appreciate your feedback and how to improve ourselves to bring us to the next level.
Thank you very much for the airtime. Yes, I really enjoyed the spirit of Elite Toastmasters. Every time I come here, I always learn something. And I feel that you guys just exceed yourself all the time. And I every time I come here, I was expecting like, can they do more? Can they do more? And you guys always do. And I really look forward to the next meeting. And I really love you guys. Thank you very much for this. And I just for a quick announcement regarding the COT1, within my area itself, you guys are the first one to completely have all 7 EXCOs attending it. So I want to thank all of you for exceeding yourself. Thank you very much. Thank you. I can't.
Got special gift for full
you.
attendance or not?
The first full attendance.
I think because the TLI chair is from this club, they have no choice.
The gift is that all of you get to learn and be better. And what more from me, who is also the chair. So thank you all, and very good night.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you, guys. Appreciate your feedback. Look forward on your next visit to our class meeting. So before I end the session, I would like to appreciate all club members' support. I would like to thank each individual of members who are playing role play and the line of ESCO, especially Jiman, because today she's prepared the meeting agenda by herself. So I really, really appreciate that. her continuous support towards the meeting. Thank you, Jiman. Look forward for your continuous to the club growth. So now, I would like to call meeting end and take care of yourself. Good night.
Thank you, Hasno.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
We actually have our new member here, EJ.
Yeah.
EJ.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, EJ. Correct. Soan, thank you, Soan.
Thank you.
EJ, welcome
Wonderful
on
night.
board.
Welcome on board, Soan.
Thank you.
Welcome on board, EJ.
So are we going
Okay.
brew house now? I'll wait for you.